There we go. Okay. My native footage should be a lot better. Okay. DSILL white console. Ooh, that digitizer has seen a lot of use. Fortunately, it does not have a screen protector. I put this one on the charger. It did charge. There's a crack in the shell though, unfortunately. See what happens. Hmm. I'm almost afraid to call that a yellowing top screen. More like a cooler color. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this bad boy apart. If anything, it needs cleaned, and it needs a new digitizer. And I know this is a known good battery, so I'll hold on to that. These little feet off. Oh, come on, syringe. I want you to fart out a whole bunch of alcohol on that water damage indicator. Like that. These ones are a whole lot easier to deal with than the DSIs. This is my first part taken apart on LL. Guts should all be the same. I have no reason to believe these are different guts. Outer shell screws will go up there. Eh. Little adhesive stickers from the feet. Stay. Release your bond. Oof. And no treasures in the SD card slot. Card slot looks good. I have no problem. Ugh. Need a poker. Charge slot was obviously fine. I had it in my cradle. Yeah, other than having a little bit of finger grime on it and the broken shell, things in pretty good shape. I like it. fully disconnect it from the shell so I can officially toss that shell out. Get this touch screen off to the side for digitizer replacement. That's not something I can do down here because I'm in an unfinished basement, which houses a lot of dust. Power board? Trying to figure out where I put everything. Oh, need to keep an eye on my phone battery percentage. That's what I'm using as my camera. Oh, man. There we go. Well, cool. As far as I can tell, there's really no indicator marks to say that this is a Japanese motherboard. There wouldn't be. That's all software. So, I need to label these so I don't mix them up with my American ones and my PAL ones. What would be the best way to do that? When in doubt, sticky note. JP. Right. Yeah, that digitizer completely toast. Seen a lot of games. The LCD display is still very good though. Good part to have. Ooh, yum. Yum, yum. Look at all that finger goop. Good old D-pad. Always takes the brunt of it, it seems. Mmm. I'll stick those up here. Yeah. A hinge crack right there near the LEDs. That thing could give any point. So this bottom shell, unfortunately, is just shot. What makes it unfortunate is that's always the piece that breaks. Ooh, okay. Hey, I got a little bit of wax paper. Somewhere where I can put all these so they're not sticking to stuff. Oh, there we go. Huh. Okay. That is always nerve-wracking. Dab up the rest of that alcohol. It doesn't get on the LCD display. Come on. Punch through that adhesive. There you go. Ah, perfect. Wonder how well this will clean up. Hopefully really good. Okay, let's get this Wi-Fi cable, microphone out. Or how long that was there. Oh. Oh, these are so much easier to take out DSI. They don't use as much adhesive. A little bit. Not enough to make this possible to take off. Right. Now the fun part. That metal ring is loose. No, it's not. There we go. Okay. Ah. All right. That is one free top screen. I assume the camera is fine. No reason to suspect its fault. Fault being this poor bottom shell, which is just garbage, unfortunately. Mark that so I don't accidentally grab it. Alright. The rest of the shell is in very good shape. I'll Put it aside to be processed later. Process being cleaning it. Alright. This shell is garbage. Now, I had this one on the charger. I might as well just hot swap it with another one. That one also charges. Very good. Alright. Look at this guy. Another DSILL. Good charge port. A little grody, but... Oh! Top screen lens has, like, bite marks in it. And it looks like that digitizer is nice and scratched as well. Fortunately, there's no screen protector. It's really grody, but I think it might clean up pretty good. Okay, what does it do? Ooh, blue light. Frozen. No life. The only way I can turn it off is to yank the battery. In this case, this is a good sign that there's something off with the Wi-Fi board. Did it come disconnected? Is it faulty? I do not know. But the only way to know, open it up. These little booties off. Solid blue light doesn't power on. You know, I don't think I've ever come across a console with a faulty Wi-Fi board, but I've seen plenty of people having this exact problem. I can simulate this problem, obviously, by yanking the Wi-Fi board. Oh, I didn't even get the screws. But I've never come across it naturally in a, well, for lack of a better term, virgin console. It's interesting the color of screws that they use on the white console. All silver. They don't use any black screws, which makes, well, a lot of sense, but what Nintendo will do for their Japanese market, I suppose. Okay, everything's yanked. Pop this baby apart. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on with this Wi-Fi card. Nothing obvious. It didn't give when I pushed on it. I'm just going to reseat it. Okay. Now I'll try it and see if that changes anything. Well, I know that battery works. Very interesting. Okay, so this Wi-Fi board is suspected to be bad. Let's pop that out and see what happens when I put in this other motherboard from, or I guess it's more of a, oh, it's a daughter board. Pop the daughter board in from that console I just took apart. on my thumb. Oh. Little piece of adhesive. Alright. I know this Wi-Fi board works. Okay. I don't need to plug in the antenna because that doesn't matter. Interesting. So a known good Wi-Fi board doesn't work. A known good battery doesn't work. Okay, we're getting into a problem I've never seen before. The only thing I can think of is if I actually hit this Wi-Fi port, I need a better brush. The only thing I can think of is hitting this hitting this port with a little bit of IPA, but I really want to look at this under the microscope real quick, just in case there's anything in there that's obvious, that's just a little too small to see. Like if there's any corrosion on those pins. Oh, I'm kind of operating on a... I don't see anything obvious. I don't see anything obvious at all. I would find it very unlikely that these pins have come unsoldered. That would be my next guess, is just that, or this console is just simply bricked. Because we're getting into software errors, which could be any number of things, really. I could run continuity tests on all of these pins, but I really don't have any reason to believe these are bad. So I'll hit it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and just see what happens. And my bristles are getting down in there. Okay, I might let this one dry a little better. Wow. When did that watermark come back up? Go away. There you go. Okay, so this is a suspected bad Wi-Fi board. I don't think it's the Wi-Fi board. If a known good one doesn't change it, then there's something additionally wrong. I think maybe just for the consistency of my screw covers, I'm just going to stick to white consoles. So, I'll pop swap this one, I guess. just get a charge in all these batteries and just see kind of how these consoles react to a charger. This one doesn't at all. You can see there's no orange light. That will be a problem for later. I would suspect a blown F1 fuse. Okay, so another DSI-LL. Oh, I didn't check the other one for prizes. Ah, drat. Okay, another DSI-LL. Pretty good. These all seem to be about the same condition. Huh. That felt very strange. Both screens are in really good shape. That scratch or kind of a smudge. Q-tip! That's a scratch, then that's unfortunate because these tops... Ooh, that was a smudge. Ooh, okay, this one's in really good shape then. Right, what happens if I turn it on? Ah, ha, ha. There it is. Yellowed screens. Those are pretty bad. Of course they don't show up on camera. They never do. But you'll just have to take my word for that these screens are pretty bad. So I've been wanting to do a test. There's really no way I can quantify how yellow these screens are. I can grab my other Art4 card. It does have an LCD tester in it. But I really don't know how it can quite... Well, there's no way it can detect a yellow screen. Ah, Gamoof. Ah, yes, one of the legendary DSI-LLs. And you really know it's Japanese when you got one with like J-pop stickers on it. But this one's not charging, so I don't know what's wrong with it. The one that's right in front of me has aggressively yellowed screens. Oh, thank you. So let me pop in my R4. I should probably make sure that the pins won't destroy my R4 before I shove it in. There we go. Yeah, they look good. DSI LCD. So main menu select for yellow tint checker. I know, I saw that. I don't really have much to hide. I'm not exactly sure what this tool is supposed to do. But what I can do is put a charged battery in it. Run my battery tester on it. Because I have been hearing theories that if you run a console long enough, you can get that yellowness to go away just by warming up the LCD, for lack of a better term. Pretty sure my charged one was this guy right here. A good test of that would be to pop it in the charger, let it go to max. Alright, J-pop one that doesn't charge. What's your damage? What are you talking about, that battery system? Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, that's nice. Make a tiny edit. Uh, yeah, we'll see what happens. Not exactly. I'll screw with that later. Oh, really? What do you mean, just the battery door? Yeah, because I have a DS Lite actually sitting right here. The battery door is a little different, but same sort of concept. It's not necessarily meant to just like hot swap your battery, because usually people don't have more than one battery. And yeah, this was my charged battery, so I will put this on the battery test or the battery tester. See if I can change anything about these yellowed screens. And it'll also give me a chance to test these batteries. Yeah, on this battery tester, it just runs different displays on both screens, supposedly simulating actually playing a DSi game, but I don't have to actually play. The last time I did this, I had a battery last for 4 hours, and as much as I like playing video games, sitting down for a 4 hour session for every single battery that I own is just simply not feasible. We'll go over here. Oh, yeah, if you're referring about the R4 card, yeah, these are just the hacky things that people come up with. You pop your SD card in here, load it up with different ROMs. That R4 card I had with a bunch of diagnostic tools in it that I use. This one actually came with one of my Japanese consoles. I got a free one. So, okay, back to this one. This one doesn't charge, and it's incredibly gross. So let's get this poor feller apart. I should probably throw another one on the charger while I do this. Ah, lucky contender. Oh? Ooh, that one flashes. Charge light. Interesting. Could also be a bad fuse. That one turns off. Okay. That one doesn't turn on at all. Ooh, okay. Now we're getting into the really interesting ones. That one charges. Oh yeah. So, grody one. Oh, we got a spicy pillow. Ooh, that probably won't come up, but this guy's bloated. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a spicy pillow. Well, that's probably why the thing didn't turn on or charge. Ah, there we go. Again, really yellowed screens. Different Japanese games that I can't read. Cool. Okay. Well, obviously this thing needs to come apart for cleanliness reasons. Um, that chat overlay is very much bothering me. I need to fiddle with it a little. Eh, more work than I want to deal with right now. Well, the water damage indicator sticker in the battery bay is tripped. Fully pink. No doubt. I don't even want to think about what type of fluids came onto this thing. alcohol. Come on. There we go. Ugh. I wonder why that was harder to take off. Thing's just gross. So much shmoo in it. I think before I get too much deeper into this console, I want to check up on this other one that I have. See if cleaning the Wi-Fi card slot changed anything. This guy can go. Can replace. Alright. Plug back in the known good Wi-Fi card. No, same behavior. So I'm wondering, my only next thing would be if there's something wrong with that port. All the pins looked fine. I can't really test to see if it's actually making contact with all the points. There are little vias on the back of this board I might be able to tap into, but it would be very much hard for me to determine whether or not things are making a connection. The only thing I can do is just really start probing around on this motherboard with a voltmeter, which is all the way across the room. Alright, camera time. That resistor looks kind of gross. I think resistors are, yeah, they're supposed to be black. I don't know, it just looks a little burnt. It's really weird. I can pull a resistor off a board. Let me check this resistor on another board. Oh, resistance of 117. Yeah. Huh? No, it's fine. Okay. Hmm. I don't know, that resistor just looks awful. But I have to assume it's working. Hmm. Hmm. I have this oriented really weird. Swing my camera around. Yeah, I think my only real option is trying to reflow this connector and change out this resistor. This resistor looks really strange. I don't necessarily have the setup for that right now. I am very curious though, because to find another solution for this problem, especially since I've only known this problem to be caused by a Wi-Fi board, but for it to be caused by a bad resistor, ooh, we're getting into interesting stuff. My little solder area is sort of populated by parts, which I have not established an area to put parts. Oh golly, okay, well, welcome to your new home. Screen right there. Top screen, I need to sort of diagnose a little more. Now, I don't know if I want to try using my new iron. I'm not used to it. Assuming it works. So I'll stick with my tried and true one. I don't remember where I put my junk board. I think it's probably over in the other box. I obviously need to take this motherboard out of its shell before I try anything too crazy. But I can get this iron heated up while I wait, while I get all that going. Let me Put my iron more on this mat so I don't keep screwing up my table. Okay. I don't think I put my junk board in here, which is where I probably should keep it. These are all known good boards. Thanks are ones that have fixes on them. Yes, okay. I won't touch these ones more than I need to. Junk cartridge. Check it again. It was reading okay, but it looks really strange. Like, it really does look burnt. Reads okay, but I just don't know. It's assuming I can use the resistor on this one. Resistor's gone on that junk board. This one, it's still there. Cool. I almost don't even have a reason to suspect that resistor. Though it doesn't look good. Testing fine. But what I can do is I'll at least try and reflow the connector. Just kind of go from there to see what happens. Motherboard screws. Reflowing the connector is about only thing I can think of. Alright, let's get the patient ready for surgery. This is gonna be a itty bitty solder job. Resistor, man. That resistor is really bothering me. I have no reason to suspect it. Mm-hmm. I haven't used this solder syringe in a while. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all kind of dried out. I need to buy some new one. New solder flux. Yeah, this stuff's getting really old. Okay, I'll just need to grab a different little applicator. Going to have the unfortunate consequence of just putting a crap ton of solder flux on, but it'll do the job. Ooh, this is going to make a right old mess, but I think I am going to change that resistor. Just the worst that can happen is nothing. Well, the worst that can happen is I destroy that resistor. careful where I put this thing. This little fella. Let me just hit the other side of this connector. Careful not to touch that big fat capacitor. That big fat capacitor. Okay, grab my junk board, try and get this resistor off. That one also looks kind of gross, but this whole board is gross, so I'll at least... Alright. The old resistor, here's the, well, new, quotation mark. Ooh, solder flux, it's so sticky. I'm glad I didn't drink any coffee this morning. Oh, Jesus. What I have when I don't have it controlled. There. I want to add a little more solder to that. Just the smidgies. And touch the side of that connector a couple times. Resistor job looks okay. And right here. Yep, I'm getting signal through it. I guess this via right here. Probably won't get any signal through due to the solder mask. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Okay. Alright. Now I need a little piece of tape to put on that old resistor. That's probably still fine, but I really have no way to confirm it. Well, I do have a way to confirm it, but it looked a little rough. How bad did I burn this connector? Eh, it won't impact the performance. I've never tried doing this before. This is 100% experimental. Whether or not it actually works, I have no clue. This is my next best guess. If that doesn't work, this is a junk board. Because it's just more than likely that there's some error that I have no idea the fix. Okay, let's take my solder iron offline. I don't melt stuff on accident. Drop it on myself. And then we can try putting this thing back together and see what happens. Fairly low hopes, but you really don't know. Or I really don't know. I'll have to clean this board a lot better, but I think it might be good enough to test. Put in essential boot items. Actually, let's put in everything. One thing I forgot to do was get a home for that resistor. Now, I don't know where it went. That was 100% my fault. Got a little bit ahead of myself. I'm pretty sure this thing on my finger is not. Nope. Hmm. No idea what that's from. Oh well. Okay. Okay. A card. Well, isn't that interesting? I'm just taking in this moment for a second. Oh, it just froze. That's interesting behavior. Oh, did I not plug something in all the way? I'm wondering. It is that connector. I think I just literally confirmed that. Let me re-clean that port just to make sure I got all the flux out. Highly possible I just didn't. Now I have to wait for it to dry. I desperately wonder where that resistor went. Oh, well, I didn't lock in the bottom screen LCD. Probably why it freaked out. Everything else is plugged in. All the essential cables are. So, let's try that again. Uh, that's awesome. Look at all that cooked Japanese fish. Yummy, yummy. So, I don't think it was that resistor. My ohms readings were reading it was fine. It didn't look good though. So I really don't know what to make of that. Does the cosmetic appearance of a resistor somehow conflict with my ohm readings? I don't know. I just replaced it anyway. But reflowing the connector, I'm guessing, is what happened. Since it is a connector, it's on a pretty good sized board that's in this bottom shell. So if this DSI were to take a fall and something were to impact on the board portion of this rear shell, it's not impossible for the connector to just be damaged. That is cool. I did not think that would work. I am very pleased. That little missing resistor, I don't know why it's bothering me so much. I think because these parts are... Well, I could probably buy 100 of them off of DigiKey for $5. Okay, I do want to take this apart regardless, but... I should probably add that to my master list. Because that is a great discovery of, well, great interest to me. Power's on, both screens black, no song. The console is frozen. Faulty. What resistor is that? R134. Awesome. Where are you, resistor? Okay. So, I need to make notes on this board that I reflowed the Wi-Fi connector. JPN. Black screens. Swapped R134. 134, eh? Eh. Alright, I'll just go ahead and take this thing fully apart. You stay there, needle. Oh, no way. I found the resistor. It's on my thumb. Yes! Be right back. Yeah, these little shitheads are small. I'll put it on the back of my nail. Just like... Oh, will it focus? There it is. A little black dot. Resistor 134. Which I do suspect is still good. Let me grab a snip of a sticky note. So, again, I'm of the opinion that resistor was fine. I should have reflowed the connector once, but since I had all that flux on there, it's like, well, I might as well swap out the resistor. Worst that can happen is nothing, which, in this case, I think it was nothing. So I'm under the assumption this resistor is fine. So if I ever need a resistor 134, I have a resistor 134. Okay. Add this to my parts a little later, because it is somewhere I do not know. Okay. Problem was is those screens were really yellowed. I need to just make a yellowed screen pile and just say, well, I need to look at these later. The problem about piles is I need one. Okay. I need to keep top screens in a separate pile because of their speakers get in the way. Okay, more buttons. voila. Oh, this one get kind of chewed up. Yeah, a little bit. That's unfortunate. I might, I can still use it. These things are annoying. Hey, well, this is the first complete white shell that I will be able to clean. Can't use the screens, obviously. Oh, oh, well, it'd help if I took out all the screws. That's better. Come on, there you go. Good job. Okay. Wi-Fi antenna, microphone. At least want to get this ring around it before I where I unadhere the screen. Being a pain, so I might just have to do this. The more I screw with this cable, higher the potential is that I'll shear it. I really don't like doing that if I don't have to. These yellowed screens I'm not too worried about because it's highly possible they're just shot. There's just nothing I can do about it. I am testing the runtime theory on my other console to see if that changes anything, but just the way in which it yellowed, it's kind of like a yellow vignette, it's just gone. Let's go on the other side. Voila. Separate the camera unit. Just throw that over there. Another yellowed screen. Put the shell back together for later cleaning. This thing should clean up really nicely. Ooh. Alright. I think I already determined this one had a spicy pillow. That's why it didn't turn on. Correct? Yes. Does it charge, though? I did not check that. Take this feller off my charging cradle. No, it doesn't. I'm guessing that spicy pillow probably blew the fuse. Or I probably blew the fuse when I stuck it in the charging cradle, but there's no way I would have known. Wow. Yeah, there was a way I could have known, but... Details. Could have opened the battery compartment to check the battery, but... Oh well. Not like I don't have a couple hundred F1 fuses now. Why is this giving me resistance? I have all the screws out. Which means that probably whatever fluid in this thing is stuck the back screen to the shell. Oh, the card slot. Never mind. Back screen. Ugh. No, it was the card slot. Yeah, other than being a little gross on the exterior, everything looks fine. No complaints. Okay, this thing is free. Yeah, check the F1 fuse, but I can do that right here. Down these flaps so I don't break them. Alright. I'm guessing the main inlet, the fuse that keeps too much voltage coming into the board. Bad. Right. Well, thanks to AliExpress, I now have a bunch of F1 fuses. And since I have my solder iron out, I might as well do that repair. There's the little feller, and then here are my replacements. Big ol' F. I need to grab my side cutters to unpackage these. I might not need those side cutters. What's with me losing components? There it is. Okay. These little dickheads are tiny. I'm gonna just put that right there for safekeeping. And let my solder iron heat up a little. Slobber on some goop. That should be enough. I'll try it, but I don't know if my iron's hot enough yet. Guess I'm gonna need a little more goop. Oh, hello, Mr. Mark. Trying to do very small solder job. Flux fumes. There we go. All right. Ah, good old work. Well, good luck with that. Sounded like yesterday wasn't all that much fun. Hopefully this fuse works. Definitely a different type of fuse. As long as it pays respects, that's all I needed to do. Ah, mandatory Saturdays. I'm guessing that means you're going to be gone during stream time too. Probably going to be Lethal Company, so that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Really don't want to melt this connector. Gee willikers. Okay, I think that may have done it. I'm going to add a little more solder to it though. Just so I can really get that connector connected. Where did I put it? Probably put it back. Yes, I did. Ooh, that's a big old fat solder. Oopsie, I was a little too far away from the joint. There, that should do it. A little overkill on the solder, but doesn't necessarily need to look pretty as long as it works. Ooh. Went through all of this work to avoid melting this connector, but I think I just broke it. Oh, I may have looked out. It is not supposed to bend that far up. Okay. Be a little more careful how I brush. And floss. Alright. Get this out of here. Put my fuses back. Turn off my solder iron. that right there. I am curious. I will at least check my work before I get too far ahead of myself here. Right, that's good. What about... Well, that's interesting. The old fuse was fine. I don't know why I wasn't getting a continuity out of it. It's possible it's just... Maybe it just needed to be reflowed. Alright, I'll keep it. I need a charger. Yep. Yes, the motherboard does respond to a charger. I'm wondering if just that F1 fuse needed to be remounted. I wasn't getting any readings out of it, but it's possible whatever coating they used on these boards was just blocking my probes. So, this will assume to be fine until proven otherwise. I can disassemble that console, and I think I'll call it good for right now. Right, I wanted to leave a note. JPN, F1 fuse swapped. Alright. This poor touchscreen. This poor console. Just, It's seen a lot. But I have high hopes this one will clean up pretty good. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's gross. It's supposed to be white. Oh god, even the face buttons are sticky. Oh no, that's disgusting. I hope that's like coffee or soda. Oh, this poor thing. I'll make the pain go away. Alright. If I put hydrogen peroxide on it, it would just boil. Okay. Usually consoles that are heavily water damaged make it very difficult for me to take off this top screen. Because there's just goo that, thankfully this one came apart nice and easy. I've had some that really complain when I try taking them apart. And those are fun to do. Those are very fun. Ah, good. The hinge is also another thing that likes to complain. It's water damaged. Ah ha ha. Neglected to take the speakers out. Alright. Ah! Oh, good there's not a whole bunch of goober on the top screen ribbon. Usually stuff will seep down in there and just make it all disgusting. I think it did it to this camera ribbon a little. I don't know, that could be from the shell. It's like white powder almost. Eh. Put the shell back together. Oh god. That's disgusting. Thing needs a bath. But bathing will be for later. Okay, I'm gonna end this here. My camera is dying. I use my phone as my camera.